My 20F boyfriend, 24F, keeps avoiding hard conversations with his cousin, 19F, who has been overextending her stay, and it's making me frustrated. Hello. I need some advice on a situation that has been going on for quite some time. For context, my boyfriend and I have been together for almost 2 years, and we are both undergrads at different universities. We don't get to see each other often since our univs are in different cities. His cousin, who lives abroad, visited last June. She stayed in his room with him, in their family house, which is in my city, and eventually got really close since they had common interests and they're the closest in age, and my boyfriend became the only person who would entertain her. It was his summer break that time, so they spent lots of time together and even go out with his friends. There were times when I wasn't invited, which was weird cause I usually am, but I didn't really mind. I still had classes, so we would even plan for him to visit me since we hadn't had the chance to spend much time together cause apparently he had to take care of his cousin. During the first week of August, she was supposed to leave already. It was also my finals week, and so I asked him for more time together because I was feeling overwhelmed. He proceeded to say that his cousin would be leaving soon and that she requested for more time with him, lol, so I was like, okay, I guess. When I expressed how I felt lonely and a bit neglected, he said sorry and reasoned that she would be leaving soon, so if I could just be a bit more patient. He also asked me for letter sets because he wanted to write for her before she left, and even asked me to write for her. Right after I expressed myself, we also planned for him to visit me the next week, and he said he would be sure already since his cousin would be gone by then. Well, she ended up extending so he didn't visit me. Later on, I found out that he had been urging her at first to stay. When I asked, so while we were planning for you to visit me, you were urging her to stay, all while knowing that you reasoned to me before that you can't visit me because she's there? And he just said, I was gonna go anyway. Then, his classes started last August 18th. Since he dorms, I assumed that she wouldn't be there. Wrong. Turns out she didn't want to stay in the house without him. So yes, she is staying with him until now. In my head, I thought, then just go home if you can't stay in the house without him. LOL. This is what made me feel super annoyed. I visit his dorm every Tuesday when we both have school, so since she is there, obviously I won't visit. The dorm is tiny and there's no room for privacy. I've confronted him multiple times about how I feel about her staying there, and until now no real action has happened to address this. 2 weeks ago, he apparently talked to her and used his low grades as an excuse to suggest that she leaves instead of telling her how our relationship has been affected, and she just got mad and is still staying with him, so I guess they made up. I'm getting really impatient and frustrated about this. I also found out that they have been sharing locations, which is why our location sharing app hasn't been displaying his location since they use a different one. I'm like, why do you guys need that when you live together? And when my boyfriend does go out, he just goes to his school, which is right beside his dorm. LOL. This one is a pretty minor thing, but when we would go out on dates, he would buy her presents. There was a time when he bought her a blind box right after I talked to him about how I have been feeling neglected, and I felt a bit jealous of how he was treating her. And he knows I love blind boxes, but yeah, I guess. There are many more instances where I was just... because it's just so frustrating, and even when I confront him, it's like he doesn't get how affected I am. Anyway, I made him promise to really talk to her, and I said that hopefully before my birthday, he will address it with her. I honestly feel bad about this. It's such a weird situation because they're family, but I feel like a side chick in a way, ha. I'm not asking him to cut her off. I'm just asking him to set some boundaries with her because it seems like she is so dependent on him in many aspects, and I keep waiting for her to finally leave. He mentioned that he also pays for her skincare, which is weird because he's not even working yet. I have tried to pretend that I'm just okay. I even suggested solutions for both me and her cousin to have equal time with him, one of which is that we can alternate every week. So 1 week she can stay in his dorm while the next week she stays in the family house so that I can visit while she's not there. My boyfriend said that my solutions just benefit me, which honestly hurt because I'm just trying to help. Is there anything else that I could do to effectively get him to listen to me and talk to her? Or is it just hopeless at this point? I don't know if I'm being selfish or something. I think I've been patient and have communicated gently, but I'm getting more and more impatient each day. TLDR, my boyfriend's cousin has been staying with him for over 4 months now, and they have developed a very close relationship. When I would confront him about my concerns of feeling uncomfortable, he doesn't really try to directly confront his cousin. It seems like I'm always adjusting to her.